Welcome, cannabis enthusiasts. Today, we're diving into the captivating practice of bending cannabis plants, an essential technique in stress training that can transform your garden into a thriving, productive oasis. Before we get started, take a moment to support our channel by hitting the like and subscribe buttons for more insightful and engaging cannabis content. Your support means the world to us and helps us bring you even more valuable knowledge. And as always, please remember that this is an educational video and that any information provided is for educational purposes only. Now, let's begin. Bending cannabis plants is more than just a gardening technique. It's a science-driven method that helps growers optimize their plants' natural growth patterns. At its core, this process involves applying controlled stress to encourage the plant to adapt in ways that enhance productivity and overall health. By understanding how cannabis responds to bending, you'll unlock the secrets to maximizing yields while creating a stronger, bushier plant. Cannabis plants, like many others, rely on a phenomenon called apical dominance, where the main central stem, or apex, produces hormones that suppress the growth of lateral branches. This is the plant's natural way of prioritizing upward growth to reach more light in a competitive environment. However, in a controlled indoor or outdoor garden, this natural tendency often leads to tall, single cola plants that may not fully utilize the light or space available to them. By bending and training the plant, growers interrupt apical dominance, redistributing growth hormones known as phytohormones to lower branches, encouraging them to grow multiple colas that will help to create a bushier and more productive plant structure. Phytohormones work together in harmony to regulate growth, facilitate repair, and help the plant adapt to its environment. Each phytohormone contributes uniquely to the plant's ability to grow, recover from stress, and thrive. Let's explore some of the key players. Auxins are a group of plant hormones that play a central role in regulating growth and development and are primarily produced in the tips of shoots and young leaves. By bending the main stem or tying it horizontally, growers break this gradient, allowing auxins to accumulate in the previously suppressed lateral branches. This shift signals these branches to accelerate their growth, transforming them into dominant colas. The result is a more even canopy that maximizes light exposure across the plant. As the auxins redistribute, cytokinins, which are produced in the roots and promote cell division, become more active in the lower nodes. Without the inhibitory effect of auxins, cytokinins stimulate the growth of new shoots and leaves in these areas, further encouraging lateral development. This interplay between auxins and cytokinins is like a hormonal tug-of-war that ultimately balances the plant's growth, producing multiple strong growth points instead of a single central stem. The bending process also triggers a localized production of something called ethylene, which is a stress response hormone. Ethylene helps the plant adapt to mechanical stress by strengthening the affected tissues, preventing damage, and promoting cell wall thickening. This reinforcement ensures that the bent or tied branches remain robust and capable of supporting heavy buds during flowering. Ethylene also signals the plant to allocate resources to repairing and strengthening the areas experiencing stress, further contributing to the bushier structure. Another hormone, gibberellin, becomes significant during this redistribution. Gibberellins are responsible for cell elongation and play a role in the plant's ability to stretch toward light. When branches previously shaded by the main stem are exposed to increased light due to bending, gibberellin activity stimulates elongation in these areas. This ensures that all parts of the plant compete equally for light, leading to more uniform growth. Finally, let's talk about jasmonates. These hormones enhance secondary metabolite production, including cannabinoids and terpenes, as a protective measure. For cultivators, this means the stress training not only improves the plant's structure and yield, but also enhances the quality of the final harvest. Through these hormonal adjustments, bending and training transform the plant into a thriving, bushy structure capable of producing multiple colas. This symphony of hormonal interplay showcases the plant's incredible adaptability. Now keep in mind that bending doesn't just affect hormones. It also creates a healthier growing environment. By reshaping the plant's structure, growers create a more open canopy, which fosters an environment that is less hospitable to harmful pathogens and pests, all the while increasing light and airflow. In a naturally growing cannabis plant, the main stem and uppermost branches dominate light capture and growth, creating a dense, vertical structure with overlapping leaves. This dense growth pattern can restrict airflow within the canopy. Without sufficient airflow, the microclimate beneath the dense foliage can create warm and humid conditions that are ideal for mold and mildew. Additionally, pathogens such as Botrytis cinerea, also known as bud rot and powdery mildew, thrive in these low ventilation environments, especially when coupled with high humidity levels that are often present in indoor or greenhouse setups. Furthermore, improved airflow also helps regulate the plant's temperature. Dense canopies can trap heat, particularly under grow lights or in warm climates. By bending the plant and promoting a more even distribution of foliage, excess heat dissipates more efficiently. A well-regulated temperature not only prevents heat stress, but also discourages pests like spider mites and aphids, which tend to thrive in warm, poorly ventilated environments. Another benefit of a more open canopy is enhanced access for light penetration to the plant's lower nodes and inner branches. In a crowded or dense plant, the lower sections often remain shaded, leading to weak growth and susceptibility to pests and diseases. By bending and training, growers expose these areas to light and airflow, promoting healthier growth and making it harder for pests to hide and establish colonies. Pests often target weak, shaded areas of plants where natural defenses are lower. Strengthening these regions through improved light and airflow reduces their vulnerability. Bending cannabis is one of the gentler techniques for applying stress to the plant, allowing growers to reshape its structure without causing significant harm. Now that we've explored the science behind bending and its numerous benefits, let's dive into the process and learn how to apply this technique effectively. To begin, start early in the vegetative stage, typically when the plant is 3 to 5 weeks old, depending on its growth rate. At this stage, the stems are still pliable and less prone to snapping, making them easier to manipulate without causing damage. Next, identify the main stem or any dominant branches that are growing upward and overshadowing other parts of the plant. Using clean hands or soft gloves, grasp the stem at the point you wish to bend. Slowly and gently apply pressure while guiding the stem into a horizontal or angled position. Avoid sharp, sudden movements, as these can cause the stem to snap. Instead, gradually increase the bend until the stem reaches the desired position. A gentle curve is better than an extreme angle, as it reduces the risk of injury. Once the branch is bent, it needs to be secured to maintain its new position. Use soft materials like garden ties, string, or coated wire to anchor the stem. Attach one end of the tie to the stem and the other to a stable point, such as the edge of the pot or a nearby stake. Ensure the tie is snug enough to hold the stem in place, but not so tight that it restricts growth or cuts into the plant. As the plant grows, it will adapt to its new shape and continue to stretch toward the light. You'll need to monitor the bends and adjust ties periodically to ensure they don't become too tight or cause the plant to grow in unintended directions. New growth may require additional bending and securing to maintain an even canopy. Now, one thing to remember is that tears and breaks are inevitable for growers, especially for those just starting out. So don't worry too much, as cannabis plants are pretty resilient. That being said, if a branch does tear, you can perform a few steps to help the plant heal. First, immediately tape the branch together using gardening tape. Some growers use honey as a natural antiseptic to coat the wound before taping, which can prevent infections and encourage quick healing. Additionally, supporting the broken branch with a stake or twist tie ensures it remains stable while healing. With time, you'll notice a knuckle-like growth where the plant repairs itself. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive into the fascinating world of bending and training cannabis plants. By understanding and applying these techniques, growers can unlock their plants' full potential and foster healthier, more resilient growth. If you found this video informative and engaging, please show your support by liking and sharing the video and subscribing to our channel. By doing so, you help us continue to create educational content for the cannabis community. Finally, we'd love to hear from you. Drop your thoughts, tips, and questions in the comments below. We can't wait to join the conversation with you. Thanks again for watching, and until next time, stay curious.